Ah, my dear disciples, today we're diving into a lesson on the four branches of government. You've been lied to all your life, believing there were only three: executive, legislative, and judicial. But the most powerful branch, the one nobody talks about, is the bureaucracy, the hydra with endless paperwork and no accountability. But let's break this down like the good little civics students you are. First, we have the executive branch, led by whoever managed to survive the media gauntlet and 20 debates about who hates America less. In theory, the president runs the country. In practice, he's a highly paid PR guy who holds photo ops while White House staffers draft executive orders that nobody reads until CNN misinterprets them the next day. Then there's the legislative branch, or, as I like to call it, the never-ending debate club. Here, senators and representatives argue over whose billion-dollar donor gets the next tax break. Occasionally, they pass a law, usually by mistake. But most of the time, they're too busy holding hearings where they ask bureaucrats tough questions like, "Why don't you work harder to not work?" before voting themselves another pay raise. Next, we have the judicial branch, the untouchable demigods in black robes. These folks don't just interpret the law, they reinvent it. Want to change the Constitution? Don't bother with messy amendments. Just wait for a 5-4 decision. Whatever they decree becomes holy writ, at least until the next 5-4 decision contradicts it. And finally, the bureaucracy, the unacknowledged fourth branch. It's a sprawling labyrinth of agencies, departments, and committees staffed by people who've perfected the ancient art of prolonging everything. These noble civil servants ensure that nothing gets done in less than 6 months, except the occasional sexual harassment training. They're the lifeblood of government inefficiency, thriving on your confusion and despair. Now Trump has come along and dared to purge this sacred fourth branch. He's cutting positions like assistant deputy liaison for paperclip logistics and regional overlord of cubicle feng shui. Unbelievable. Doesn't he know these roles are essential for the smooth continuation of bureaucratic gridlock? Let's be clear. Without the bureaucracy, government would become dangerously efficient. You could get a permit on time, receive a refund check before the apocalypse, or, God forbid, understand your health insurance paperwork. Is that the America you want? No. We need those layers of red tape and arcane procedures to remind us that freedom isn't free. It's earned through frustration. Trump says he's saving taxpayer money. But what about the poor bureaucrats? You think it's easy for someone with a PhD in filing cabinets to get a job in the real world? No. They're going to end up in private sector hell, where people actually expect results. These patriots have dedicated their lives to making everything from driver's licenses to disaster relief as complicated as humanly possible. And now they're being cast aside like yesterday's TPS reports. So let's all shed a tear for the greatest branch of government. Sure, it doesn't have the glamour of the judiciary or the drama of the executive, but without the bureaucracy, who will make sure you fill out the wrong form 3 times before being told you needed Form 47B instead? Rest in peace, sweet bureaucracy. You were too bloated and inefficient for this cruel, results-driven world.